seat said they were ready to fund a border wall. Joe Manchin of West Virginia said this.
Hey, I wanted Mexico to pay for the wall, but they're not. So we need to do it ourselves.
Senator, we do need a wall. We're going to do what it takes to secure our country.
Indiana Democrat Joe Donnelly said pretty much the same thing.
The radical left wants to eliminate ICE.
I support ICE in funding President Trump's border wall.
So now it actually matters. Their votes could be critical. Where are they tonight, Manchin and Donnelly, where they're nowhere to be found? They never really supported a wall. They were lying. They were just saying what they thought it took to win, and they did win. This game has been going on for many years. Many members of Congress, particularly on the Democratic side, say they want a secure border. But when it comes down to voting, they never do a single thing to achieve it. White House advisor Stephen Miller pointed that out pretty clearly yesterday on CNN. Watch.
The Democrats all say they support border security.
But like what?
Where they,
don't. Well,
where
with
they
all due
disagree
respect,
with you
they
is
voted
building a
against
wall.
Kate's law. They voted against ending sanctuary cities. They voted against deporting MS-13 gang members. They voted against deporting violent criminals. They voted time and time again against a physical border wall to stop illegal entry. I mean, where is the evidence that you keep asserting they're for border security? They haven't been. They oppose closing loopholes for asylum that flood our system with meritless claims.
I want to move on to another sensitive issue.
They oppose ending catch and release.
I want to move on to another issue, of course. Chris Hahn is a radio host. He's a former aide to Senator Chuck Schumer, frequent guest on this show. He joins us tonight. Chris, what about, I mean, this wasn't 30 years ago. This was like 2 months ago that Joe Manchin and Joe Donnelly were both saying explicitly in ads, I'm for funding Trump's border wall. Where are they tonight?
Well, I mean, that would be one vote of the 8 or so Democrats that they would need. I don't think Joe Donnelly would do anything for President Trump after the way he treated him in Indiana during this election. So I would kiss that vote goodbye.
No, I'm not talking about.
It's not about in 2 weeks anyway.
Okay, but it's not about Trump. I mean, he said he was for the wall along the border. So if you thought that was important for America, why wouldn't you support it tonight when it matters?
Well, maybe he came to his senses and said, we don't need this old technology to secure our border. We can secure our border through modern technology. Heck, put a Ring video doorbell there. It would do better than a wall. A wall didn't work for China. They got overrun when they had a wall. It's not going to work for us. People will dig under it. They will go around it. They will overstay their visas. That's how most people
work in Israel?
come here undocumented.
Does the wall work in Israel?
In places, there are, look, there are places where a wall is appropriate,
I thought they
and there
didn't
are places
work.
where it's not. Oh,
okay.
There
turns out
armies trying to get into the United States.
I'm a man of moderate intellectual means here. Literally 30 seconds ago, you told me walls don't work. It's medieval. People dig under them. And I said, what about Israel, which obviously nobody wants to criticize? And you said, well, actually, it kind of does work. So the question is, does a wall work or does it not work?
Well, maybe he came to his senses and said, we don't need this old technology to secure our border. We can secure our border through modern technology. Heck, put a Ring video doorbell there. It would do better than a wall. A wall didn't work for China. They got overrun when they had a wall. It's not going to work for us.
Or does it not work?
Look, I'm not for no wall nowhere. I'm not for a wall from sea to shining sea. And by the way, if we were going to build a wall, Mexico should be paying for it. Why is he negotiating with Congress? Why doesn't he take Air Force One to Mexico City and negotiate with Mexico like he promised the American people in 2016? I don't understand why he's going to shut the government down on Christmas. This is a real war on Christmas.
Well, can I ask you a question?
I don't understand why he's going to do that.
Well, I think, look, I'm not inside his head, and I don't know. And by the way, if you're saying, why didn't he do this a year ago, I'm on your side completely. I agree with that. Why wait till the last minute?
Yeah.
I would not defend that. But if the question is of motive, why wouldn't you do whatever it took to secure your country's border when you have over 20 million people living fraudulently using fake federal ID in your country? That's a disaster. So why wouldn't you respond in a meaningful way? I actually don't understand why you would be against this. Well, what is the reason?
I don't understand why the president got $1.3 billion for additional border security in the last budget deal and has yet to spend it, Tucker. So if he's so for border security, why not spend the first $1.3 billion he got, and he hasn't done it yet?
Okay. How about,
because he's not good at his job, and neither is Secretary Nielsen.
There are a lot of things. Look, I'm not here to defend the decisions or lack of action on the part of the Trump administration. I'm interested in the country.
Right.
And why its border really is a crisis. It's not a made-up Fox News thing. It's a real thing, and everybody knows it. And yet one party, and some leaders on the Republican side, too, to be fair, are very against securing the border. And I just want to know why. It's not because the wall doesn't work. It does work, as you know. It's not because it's too expensive. No, it's not. What's the real reason?
That's not true. Everybody in the mainstream of both parties is for securing the border. They have different ways of doing it. The president wants to build a wall from sea to shining sea that he promised us Mexico would pay for it. I don't think we need it, but I'll take a free wall and a free public works project from Mexico, which he has not got.
Fake. I mean, what you're really saying is
you're right. It was a fake promise by the president.
They just don't actually want to protect the country. And so, last final question. We're almost out of time. I assume you're for keeping American troops in Syria, okay, which most Americans couldn't find on a map. But you're not for putting American troops on the border. I just want to be totally clear. Is that right?
No, I am absolutely not for putting American troops at the border. I think that we should be consulting with our allies on what to do in Syria. Look, I'm not for a blanket war all the time.
Got it.
But I do think we should be consulting with our allies.
Yeah.
But
American
I would
troops
like
in
to
Syria,
see the president
but
spend
not
the
to protect our
$1.3 billion we already gave